Hello dear students, welcome to today's class. So today we are going to learn a new topic, okay? So now let's start the class. Okay, wow. On the screen there are two pictures, isn't it? One is a bird, okay, and another one is ice cream. Now tell me which organ enables us to see? Can you name the organ? Yes, you are right. Eye. Eye is an organ which enables us to see our surroundings, to see whatever we want to see. Okay. So any guesses? What could be our new topic? The topic for today? Yes, you are right. Our today's topic is eye, about eye. So today we are going to learn about organ eye. Okay. So now let's move. Now identify this image. Yes, try to identify which is what this image is depicting. Is it something related to our eye? Yes, this is an image of eye. An eye. So this is the picture of an eye, okay? Now let's move. So yes, today we are going to learn about the human eye. Okay, how the human eye looks like, how is its structure. So yes, today we are going to learn about the human eye, its structure and the parts of human eye. Okay, so now let's see some bullet points. First one is the human eye is one of the most valuable and sensitive sense organs. Yes, it is very right. It is the most valuable and sensitive sense organs. Okay. Next one is it enables us to see the wonderful world and the colors around us. It helps us in visualizing objects and also help us in light perception, color and depth perception. Okay, so see how important our eye is. It's very important. Now let's see. Okay, so here I'm having a question for you. Having two eye facilitates in increasing the field of view, bringing three-dimensional view, and option 3 is developing the concept of distance, size, then the correct option is or are. So you have to like tick the correct option. Options are given here: A only, A and B only, B only, A, B and C. Now you need to mark the right options. Herein we have three responses are given here, and for that three responses we have given four options, so you need to take the right option. Okay, so what you think, having two eyes it facilitates the increasing the field of view, isn't it? If we have two eyes, so we are able to see the right hand side fully, the right hand side and the left hand side we are able to see, right? So first option seems right. Okay, bringing three-dimensional view. Yes, our eye help us to see the depth, depth perception. We can see the height, breadth and depth also. So B is also seems to be right. And option C is developing the concept of distance and size. Of course, if we see from here, if I can see someone standing 1 kilometer away from me, so I can see that yes, he is standing that far. Okay, and that person is visible to me. Okay, or something like any bottle of any size or any ball, it is like if it is thrown at some distance from my place, so that also I can see the size and distance from far apart. So that is why we can say that option A, B and C are right. Okay, so yes, the answer is D, option A, B and C. Good. So I hope it's clear to you. Okay, so now let's move further. Okay, identify this image. I hope you will be able to identify. Yes, very right. Again, it is the picture of eye, it is the image of eye. So here I have also made the picture of an eye. I hope it's visible to all of you. Okay, you can see the different parts of eye here. I have labeled the different parts of eye. Okay, so I have labeled the retina, I have labeled the optic nerves, vitreous humor, and many other parts are being labeled here. Okay, so now let's move. Okay, if you want to know the parts, so I can label the parts here also. Okay, so let me like mention the parts of that eye. So this portion, this is called retina, and on retina the image formation takes place. Okay, so this is called retina. Sorry. Okay, and these are optic nerves. Which nerves? Optic nerves. OPTIC. Optic nerve. Okay, now see here. This is iris. 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 This portion is pupil. PUPIL. It's pupil. This is the cornea. CORNEA. Okay. So this is the cornea, and these are the different parts of eye, the human eye. Okay. Now let's move further. Okay, now we are going to describe the structure of a human eye. Okay, so now let's read the bullet points one by one. So the first point is the human eye is like a camera. Of course it is like a camera. Okay, now the retina, it is a light sensitive layer. Retina is a light sensitive layer that consists of numerous nerve cells. Okay, third point is light enters the eye through a thin membrane called cornea. So light enters through cornea. It forms the transparent bulge on the front surface of the eyeball. The eyeball is approximately spherical in shape with a diameter of 2.3 centimeter. So you need to remember these highlighted points. Okay, it's very important to know. Now comes the iris. Iris is a dark muscular diaphragm that controls the size of pupil. It controls the size of pupil. Who controls the iris? Iris controls the size of pupil. Okay. The pupil regulates and controls the amount of light entering the eye. So the function of pupil is it regulates and controls the amount of light entering into our eye. Okay. So this is the basic function of pupil. So I hope the structure part of human eye is clear to you. Okay. So if you have any question, any query, you can write down in the chat box. So now let's move further. Okay, so we are having a question here. Diameter of eyeball is about 2.5 centimeter, isn't it? We have studied here. And you can also write down your answers in the chat box. I will look into there. Now the next question is, iris control the size of pupil. Is it true or false? Yes, you are right. It's true. Very good, students. So now move ahead. Let's see what's next. Okay, so here I have mentioned the parts and you need to label the parts. Okay, you need to write down the name of the part. So let's start from here. So what is this part, this portion? What it is called? It is called cornea. CORNEA. So this is the cornea. And this part I have explained you earlier also. Yes. Any guesses? Yes. So this is called the retina. RETINA. So this is the retina. Okay, now comes this part. What is this? Yes, very good. So this is the optic nerve. OPTIC nerve. NERVE. Yes, very good. So we have labeled the parts of the human eye. So now let's move ahead and see what is next. Wow. So yes, here in the left hand side we have given the different parts of eye, and on the right hand side the functions are given. Okay. So now we are going to read about the parts of eye and its function. So our first part is the cornea, and here in this diagram you can see where the cornea is present. Here is the cornea. Now let's read about the cornea. So light enters the eye through this membrane. Most of the refraction happens here. Here means at cornea. Next is the eye lens. Eye lens provides fine adjustment required to focus objects on the retina. Okay. Third point is iris. So iris controls the size of pupil. Iris controls the size of pupil. Okay. The fourth point is about pupil. So pupil regulates the amount of light entering the eye. So the basic function of pupil is it controls and regulates the amount of light entering into the eye. Okay. And the function of iris is it controls the size of pupil. Okay. So next one is ciliary muscles. So ciliary muscle, what is its function? Ciliary muscles, basically it holds the lens in position and modify the curvature of the lens. Okay. So see, ciliary muscles here, this is the ciliary muscles here. Okay. And it controls the position of lens and modify the curvature of lens. Okay. Now the next one is retina. Retina basically generates signals which are transmitted to the brain through the optic nerves. It generates the signals, okay, and that signals are transmitted to our brain through optic nerves. See, these are the optic nerves here. This is the optic nerve, this one. Now the next point is optic nerve. So the function of optic nerve is transmits visual information from retina to the brain, So the basic function of optic nerve is of transmission. It transmits the information from retina to brain. Okay. So I hope the parts of eye and its function is clear to you all. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can write your questions in the chat box, okay? So now let's move ahead and see what is next. Okay, so here is a question, match the following type questions. So here in this side, the parts of eye is being written and its function is written here. So first of all, pupil. So now read these points and try to match the right answer. Okay, pupil. So what does pupil do? It regulates and controls the amount of light entering our eyes. Is this a function of pupil or the iris? Iris what? Iris controls the size of pupil. Is it true? Yes. So this is the basic function of iris. Okay. Now comes the retina. So retina forms an image on a sensitive screen. Retina forms an image on a sensitive screen. So yes, retina is a very sensitive screen where the image formation takes place. Please do remember this. Students, this is very important and you should know that the image is being formed on the retina. So the third point will match with the, so now I will match it with different color. So third point will, retina will match with the first one. Okay, first one. Now for pupil I'm going to use the green color. Okay, and pupil will go with the B1. Okay, so this one. So yes, we have finished this. So we have done this. Match the following part. So now let's move ahead. So yes students, now it's time to recapitulate whatever we have studied till now. So students, today we have learnt about the human eye, its structure and its function. So we have seen this human eye. Yes, you can see this also. The human eye. Okay, you can see the its structure, and you can see the different parts labeled here in this diagram. So we have studied about the human eye structure, its different parts, and also the functions of all the parts of the human eye, isn't it? So yes, we have gone through the functions also. So there is a question for you. The muscular diaphragm that controls the size of pupil is, options are cornea, ciliary muscles, iris, retina. There was a muscular diaphragm that controls the size of pupil. So what was that muscle called as? Yes. Yes, students. Very good. Ciliary muscle. The answer is ciliary muscles. Very good. Question second is, pupil regulates the amount of light entering the eye. Is it true or false? Yes, it is true. Very good. So now the next question is, what is the function of retina? Now tell me. I have explained you in the earlier in the previous slides also that the function of retina is basically the image formation takes place on the retina, and from retina through optic nerves the visual information transmitted to the brain. Okay, so basically the image formation took place at retina, and from there the transmission of information took place with the help of optic nerves to the brain. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So yes, now let's move and see what is next. Okay, so next is the homework part. So for today's homework, I have given two questions. So question one is, draw a well-labeled diagram of human eye. So you need to draw a well-labeled diagram like this, okay, on a A4 side paper, or otherwise you can also draw it in your notebooks. So you need to draw a well-labeled diagram of human eye like this, and you need to label its parts, okay. Now the second question is, describe the parts of eyes and write its function. Yes, you have to write the parts of the human eye and also write the function. So you can make a table. You can write on the left hand side the different parts of eye, and on the right hand side you can write the function of each part. Okay. So students, I hope it is clear to all of you, and this is all. So that is all for today's class. Thank you very much.